West Ham United look to get back on track at the London Stadium as we take on fellow European hunters, Wolves, at the London Stadium. Welcome back to West Ham Unofficial. I hope you are well. This is the pre-game breakdown match preview for West Ham versus Wolves. I'm joined by Dan from the Wolves Fancast. Dan, how are you?
I'm all right, Jax. Thanks for having me on for the. I was going to say the Kevin Keane derby, but I think you're a bit too young to remember Kevin Keane, so we'll go with the Matt Jarvis derby, shall we?
Yeah. Probably best. Before we get into it, if you're watching live, drop a like on the video, subscribe to West Ham Official, check out our channel sponsors in the link in the description down below. Wolves this season, Dan, what have you overall on a whole made of Wolves?
I think from start of this season expectations and on the back of sort of Nuno leaving, we're probably exceeding everyone's sort of expectations, really. I think most of us would have been happy just staying up. No one really knew how we were going to transition after Nuno leaving, but Bruno Lage has come in, turned us into quite a nice team to watch, giving us a bit more optimism to support a team where a lot of the fan base had become a bit demoralised with the way that Nuno was setting us up to play games. But yeah, we're sort of into the business end of the season now, and we're in the hunt for a top four place, most definitely in the race to finish in the European places, whether it's Conference League or Europa League. So, like I said, I think we're exceeding where we wanted to be, and hopefully we can just get over the line and finish in a top six place. I mean, top four is still within our side, especially if we can get a win tomorrow. But being the pessimistic Wolves fan that I am, I think we might just fall short come the end of the season.
Yeah, Wolves have definitely been the underdogs of this kind of European race that nobody's talking about. Hello to everybody in the chat. Let's see, we've got Sharky, hope you're keeping well. Man City just won. There was a bit of fortune, there was indeed. We were just talking about it before we came on.
It's a shambles, absolute shambles.
Yeah, definitely. Will says rumours Leeds manager being sacked. I don't think it's official, but many people are talking about it. Kent, hope you are. Wolves to win tomorrow 2-1.
I like your style, Ken Hammers.
It wouldn't surprise me. I'm going to say that, Ken. Right, let's get our other guest on. Helping me talk about West Ham. Seth, how you doing?
Yeah, not too bad. It's been a while since I've approached a camera or anything. I've just been a very, very busy man. It's just been other commitments at the moment. But yeah, it's good to be back, man. It's good to be back on helping you out, Jake. It's all good.
Good. Wolves tomorrow, says, what do you how are you currently assessing the situation with what's going on at West Ham?
If my honest opinion, I'm not really looking forward to the game as a whole, because I'm very worried that this game is not going to be the best of games. I'll be honest with you. I think the way Wolves are going to set up against us is going to really frustrate us, because at the moment we struggle to break down teams we struggle to break Leeds down. We struggle to break teams like Newcastle down. There's been so many games this season where we've been a bit lethargic, and I think it's due to how the players are at the moment in terms of the fatigue. Just lots of stuff that's going on at the moment where I feel that we're feeling the pressure at the moment in terms of trying to sustain a good style of football at the moment, because I think at the moment the football's been subpar at best at the moment. It's not been really impressive. It's been predictable.
Yeah.
The case as well, because there's been games, even home games especially, where what's going to happen. It's been prime example. You side to side football. It's going to keep going to the side, straight to Dawson. Dawson's going to hoof it down the line. Antonio's going to run on the wing, cross it to no one. You can see that happen. Yeah. You can see that happen at least 2-3 times, and it's been many times it's happened per game. So it has been very frustrating. It's just you just don't know what's going to happen at the moment, how it's going to set up. I do feel that things have got to change. I do feel that certain players do have to be dropped, so we need to freshen things up, to be honest with you. But yeah, I don't want to keep rambling on, but that's that's just my opinion at the moment.
Yeah, I think predictable is the right word to go. I mean, just stood in the stands at that Newcastle game. It was just so predictable, and it was boring to watch. And I don't know whether I think it's probably a mix of lack of energy, lack of new bodies, just lack of ideas on a whole. I think at the moment we've just hit the patch that we thought we would have done, and we've hit it pretty much ever since pretty much Christmas. I think the last time I can say that we were at our best was probably Chelsea at home, start of December. It is
even that the first half wasn't great.
Well, no, it wasn't. No. Russie B, hope you're keeping well, my friend. West Ham due to Spankerside 4-0 tomorrow. We are due to Spankerside, but it won't be Wolves. I don't think so. Definitely not. Sharky says Wolves are a quality side. This is going to be difficult tomorrow. Yeah,
I think so.
I completely agree. I completely agree. So last time out against us, Dan, you did do a job on us at Molineux. You stuck an extra man in midfield and dominated us and beat us 1-0. Do you expect Bruno Lage to try and use the same tactics again to try and beat us tomorrow?
We mentioned it off air, didn't we, Jag? That I said that the win at Molineux was probably one of our better performances this season. I think we shackled your sort of flair players quite well that day. I think Bowen had a chance in the second half, which he ballooned over, which he should have done better with. But I think over the sort of the 90 minutes, we were quite dominant, really. I think Fabianski made a few decent saves. In regards to changes with regard to the game on Sunday, it all depends on the injury of Nelson Semedo. He looks like he's going to be out. He picked up a muscle injury, which sort of changed the game in Arsenal's favour on Thursday night, which was a bit disappointing for us. Me personally, I would go back to a three-man midfield because I think it gives us a bit more of a strong goal. I think obviously Declan Rice and Ruben Neves, whoever has the better game out of those two, will probably end up on the winning side.
Definitely, I agree. Seth, what would you like to see change tomorrow, from lineups to systems, just to what we're doing at the moment? What would you change if you were David Moyes?
I'll give Antonio a rest. I think he's due. He's due for the bench now. To be honest with you, I'd put Vlasic there. I'll see what what's that, playing as a false nine. I think that's one of the changes. Well, now obviously Koufal's had a really bad injury, so now he's going to be out for a while. So I would like Johnson to start. I do not want Fredericks at right back. That's all. I do not want him there. So yeah, I want Johnson there. I want Johnson in the mix as well. It just depends though, man. It depends. I think if they go free in the middle, we've got to match them. We have to match them to go free in the middle, because if we don't and they have three in the middle and we have two, I think it's going to be a long game. It'll be a long game for Rice. It'll be a long game for Souček, especially Souček at the moment. He's not had the best in form at the moment, and I feel he's going to get dragged about. Even though I've been impressed with João Moutinho a bit this season, to be honest with you. It seems like as he's getting older, he's getting better, man. I don't know, it's crazy. I
don't know about with you guys. I mean, probably Dimitri Payet for you. When you have a player of that sort of ilk that you are willing to pay money to go and see, that is like João Moutinho has been for us. And
exactly,
it was only like sort of £5 million. It was an absolute steal. His contract's up at the end of the season, and from our channel, we're pushing for him to get a new deal because of just the experience and the winning mentality that he brings to our side. I think he'll be a massive loss if we lose him in the summer, because he is one of those players that I think any side in the Premier League would be grateful to have within their ranks.
Yeah. You've got, as far as I'm aware, Neto is coming back from injury. How big of a boost is that for Wolves?
Huge, absolutely huge. I think with the way that Bruno Lage sets us up to play with a front three, he'll be massively key. I think Francisco Trinco hasn't really hit the ground running as the majority of us would have hoped and expected this season. Hwang Hee-chan has just recently come back from injury as well. He got the goal against Arsenal on Thursday night. But Pedro Neto is just one of those players. Before he got his injury, was being linked to all the top sides around Europe. And hopefully the more minutes that he gets, the more it'll be massively key to us to try and finish in those European places that we discussed a few moments ago.
Yeah, just off the back of that Arsenal loss, do you think there's any going to be any tiredness? Obviously, you played Thursday night, and frustration, obviously being on the 80th minute, being 1-0 up to then coming away from the Emirates with nothing. Do you think that's going to be on the on the players' minds at all, do you think?
I'd like to think no. I think this Wolves side is built with a lot of resilience. I think it from actually viewing us on the pitch. That defensively, like you mentioned, just we are difficult to break down, and I'm not sure how West Ham have been with like Europa this season, but Wolves seem to play better when we do play games in quick succession, like the Thursday and Sunday games that we played a couple of seasons ago. When we get into a rhythm of playing in quick succession, we are a lot better, I think. But that defeat was cruel, I thought, on Thursday. And I'd be surprised if he hasn't had some sort of morale hit to them. But like I said, we are quite resilient, and hopefully we can put that result to the back of our heads and get a result tomorrow, because it's these 2 games this week was massive for us. I keep saying the word aspirations this season, and if Wolves had any aspirations to finish 4th, we had to be getting at least 3 points from these 2 games. So I don't think a point's going to be enough for us tomorrow.
Yeah, well, Seth, it's a very much out of form West Ham side versus a fatigued, I suppose you could say, and morale low Wolves side. But there's a but to that. When they are playing well, just in every element of the park, they're decent, aren't they? I mean, defense is decent, midfield is very good, attack is very good, and they are a very hard side to beat.
Yeah, they're hard side to break down, and I saw an interesting stat where it's like they've conceded the less from like set pieces, where this is where we've been getting our only goals really from like Dawson and all that. So if we can't get anything for set pieces and can't break them down, it's going to be a problem. We need to find different ways to like break certain teams down, and I feel at the moment the way we're playing and the way we set up. It's just a bit like we said, predictable one way really. We don't have another way. We don't have another plan in breaking teams down. It's like once that plan A doesn't happen, we're just looking around like scratching each other's heads and just thinking, okay, what's the plan B? What we're going to do next? Where this has been many games where it's happened. So yeah, I just feel that it's going to be a very tough game. We just hopefully Moyes has looked at some of these recent games, think, oh, I've got to find another way we got to break down teams, and they've worked on it in training ground. Because if they haven't, there's gonna be more and more games like this when we get towards the Europa game. I'll be honest with you. So I can see more and more games like this if we don't come up with a different idea.
Yeah, definitely. Let's take some comments, and hopefully, I'll tell you what, if we're going to get back into some form, I would like it to be at Southampton on Wednesday night, but if not, Liverpool away, if we could go there and at least get a point, that would be class. But we'll have to wait and see. Yeah. To be fair, Seth, at the moment, we're going up to Liverpool thinking if we keep playing like this, we're going to get battered.
Yeah. Yeah, literally. If we play like that to Liverpool, we will get absolutely steamrolled, and I wouldn't be surprised. at all.
Definitely.
It is at the moment. It is like low at the moment. The morale is low at the moment, the way we're playing. But I just want to have some like positivity going in Sunday. But it's hard. It is very difficult at the moment because it's just the games that we've been watching. That's all. So hopefully, in miracle, it changes Sunday. I hope.
Yeah. Sharky says, does Sarr look a better keeper than Patricio? Dan, what do you make of that?
I mean, can I ask your guys' opinion on that first? Because I mean, I could go on forever. It's literally light and day between the two of them. I don't even want to disparage Patricio. He's been an unreal keeper for us, but Sarr's proactiveness for coming off his line, coming out for crosses, his shot stopping is just another level above what Patricio's was last season. The first 2 seasons we were in the Premier League, Patricio was solid. You could rely on him, but last season he let so many soft goals in, and he's, like I said, he was never really proactive coming out for his line. You've seen numerous times this season where Jose Sarr has launched on the counter attack, just literally booting balls straight from collecting across. It's just literally light and day between the two keepers. I think you mentioned just Seth about the stats that there's only certain number of teams in Europe that have conceded less than us now, which I think up until Thursday night, I think we conceded less than Liverpool in the league this season. So I mean, it shows we are massively strong defensively, and he's been key to that. And I mean, for like the fancy Premier League players out there, if you haven't got him in your side, I don't know what keepers you have got.
He's
Well-
kind of in my dream team, yeah, but but I'll leave it at that.
Yeah, we've got we've got Fabianski and Areola, and we thought Areola was going to break into the Premier League starting lineup, but Moyes is stuck by his guns with Fabianski. Do I blame him? Possibly not. But with Saul, is it you paid like £7 or £8 million for him? What a steal!
Massive, yeah. I mean, obviously the whole game
Yeah.
Mendes connection came in our favour on this occasion. I didn't realise how old Fabianski was, guys, until the other week. I mean, he's been a solid goalkeeper and he's still a good shot stopper. But I was surprised when Areola came in. But obviously with Fabianski's age now, I'm not surprised.
Yeah. Sess, your thoughts on our keeper conundrum?
Yeah, I know. There has been times where Fabianski has been good for us. I think his only downside with him is his distribution. That has caused us quite a few issues at times. But he has been a really good keeper. And Areola is a really, really good keeper. I wish that we could have as a number one. But I'll be honest with you, I don't see us signing him. I just don't see it happening. I just see us going for like a cheaper keeper, someone like a Sam Johnston or something like that, something like that.
Guys, he's crap.
Yeah, I know, but we will go for someone like that. If you want something like that, we'll go somewhere on the cheaper route, which I don't agree with at all.
You're pushing for top four. You don't want to be looking at West Brom players.
Exactly. That's exactly my thoughts. I know. That's exactly my thoughts. If you want to keep him, we have to go sign him up. But I just don't see it happening. But that would be though. Because of how we run. I just don't see it happening. Because sometimes we'll try and go for a backhanded, cheaper route, but which is going to cause us problems because we've got no players at the moment, and that next season we need to be making a statement next season in terms of signing players. Because if we don't, you know what's going to happen, Jay. It's going to be it's going to kick off massively. But
do you think you could have a sort of similar situation with Villa and Grealish that you bank Declan Rice, but it's just how the recruitment goes from there?
Yeah. I'll be honest. I'll be honest with you. I could see something like this happening, like us cashing out.
Who do you think Declan Rice is going to end up at?
Jay, you go first.
well, obviously, with the news we've had in the last hour that Abramovich has stepped down from Chelsea, which means that if he's completely stepping away from it, that means Chelsea aren't going to have the cash injection that they did have with Abramovich, just spending money when they like. I'd say Man City, but Man City don't tend to. I suppose he spent 100 million on Grealish. It's difficult because he won't go United. He won't go to Chelsea now, unless he goes abroad to a Real Madrid or something. I think the only English option is Man City. Sess, it's a tough one.
It is a tough one for me. I was gonna say that if it was between Chelsea or City, to be honest with you. But obviously, with the breaking news that's just happened with Abramovich, we just don't know what's going to happen at the moment with Chelsea. They're going to have their own issues at the moment, but if it's probably between them two, because I know Pep loves Rice, and I know that his best mate's over at Chelsea. So let's be honest, it's between them two really. For me, I'll just make sure he goes abroad so he doesn't pay for either of them. So just get as much money as possible. But obviously, I wanted to stay. But we need to match the ambition if we want to keep players like Rice. We need to have the players around him. We need to build a team around him. If we're not building a team around him, he's going to be thinking, you know what? I'm going to look elsewhere because we're not matching him. We're not matching his ambition. We're not matching the club's ambition when they said that we need to be challenging for Champions League football and all that. So.
Yeah, it's a difficult one because that could definitely be a solid. That could be a Sullivan special in the summer. Let's not sign Areola. Let's get Johnston. Let's get him in on the cheap. That would definitely be a thing that Sullivan would do. Sharky says some Man United fans don't rate Rice. Well, that's just Man United fans, isn't it? They can.
Yeah, but they got McTominay and Fred, so they, let's be honest.
They don't need anybody else. Scott McTominay. Sharky's Bowen is our only real threat at the moment. It is, and really, I mean, it's sad, Seth, but the only way we're getting goals at the moment is through Bowen and Dawson.
Yeah, literally, that's literally the only way we're getting goals at the moment, because Bowen's our only threat at the moment. So it's an annoying one. It's annoying and frustrating to watch, but hopefully there will be some changes tomorrow. I'm just hoping. But if there's not, and we stick with the same lineup, same style of play, it's just it's going to be an issue.
Yeah. Mike says it's going to be a tough game. We take a point now. We are due a good performance. We certainly are. Will says, watch how much earlier. Will's guest said he would not swap Neves for Rice. Would you swap Neves for Rice, Dan?
I mean, that was probably me, but I agree. But I think it's a bit sort of it's not just the ability side. I think you got to understand that Ruben Neves has been at this club 5 years now. We want him to be the future captain of our club, and that's how much we adore Ruben Neves. I think I don't think there's much between them. Obviously, Rice probably may just edge it in regards to ball carrying, but I don't think that I'd like to see the stats between the two of them. I don't think there's much between them.
Possibly not. No, they are two very good midfielders. I suppose, Seth, it is difficult from a Wolves perspective of it, though, isn't it? Because Neves been there 5 years, all this and all that, but then of course you've got the sheer quality of Declan Rice that's with us at the moment.
No, it's actually true, yeah. Because they got Neves where like nobody saw it coming. And Neves come to the Championship, everyone was like, "Huh, what?" They got him out of the blue, literally, and then he was just firing from there. So yeah, I can understand why Neves is so valuable to Wolves fans. Yeah, because I've got a mate who's a Wolves fan who literally loves Neves to the bones. Like literally, all he talks about is Neves. So yeah, I can understand how valuable he is.
It's difficult not to come across as biased, because obviously you're going to put Declan Rice on a pedestal the same as what we do with Neves. But I don't really want to sort of over exaggerate. But I think Neves has got a better passing range than Declan Rice.
We have to see the stats, because I need to see it. I need to see how they both are in terms of like the full stats. I'm not really sure. That's an interesting debate, to be honest.
There'd be a great midfield together. I know that.
Yeah,
we need to look at the stats. I need to look at all that.
Yeah, just trying to find some decent stats that would portray the midfielder. I'll find that whilst we crack on, though. Dan, key players for Wolves tomorrow. Who's gonna help you get the win?
Ruben Neves. It's all on Ruben Neves. Declan Rice, like I said a few minutes ago, whoever has the better game out of those two will end up on the winning side for me tomorrow. I'm not sure whether Pedro Neto will be thrown in to start. It could do. Obviously, he only came on late against Arsenal. He's still building up his minutes. I'd like to think Raul Jimenez is key, but he's just not really firing on all cylinders at the moment. He is winning a lot more aerial duels than what he has done in previous seasons. Like the stats are saying, but something's just not clicking with him. We seem to find him a lot deeper than we need him to be. Losing Adama didn't really help his cause in getting more goals this season. But apart from Ruben Neves, the main guy that you need to stifle is Daniel Podence. He's just such a quick talent, low center of gravity. No one knows where he's going. I don't think he knows where he's going half the time, because he can literally turn on a sixpence. He's one of the most exciting players for Wolves at the moment. And obviously Jose Sarr is the key player, because just how many points he single-handedly won us this season with his shot stopping.
Yeah, right. I found some decent stats. Let me just share the screen then. So it's from the comparison tool on the Premier League. So this is team play. Let me bring it up. Bing bang bosh. Right then. So this is that's a bit small now. So Ruben Neves on the left, Declan Rice on the right. So pass completion 81, nearly 82% Ruben Neves, 91% Declan Rice. you've just got through balls 13-1 of Declan Rice, 34 crosses, dispossessed 12 apiece. So that's this season that they've been dispossessed twice. Both a couple more passes forward, passes backward. Ruben Neves edges that one. Overall passes Declan Rice. It's hard to find stats that really portray that because it's more of a gameplay watching games in it. But does those stats affect your opinions, Dan or Sess?
I'll let you go.
No.
I don't think it does. No.
No, I was saying, I think the two very similar, but I think Ruben Neves is a lot more instrumental towards than what Declan Rice. I think if Declan Rice has a good game, West Ham tend to play well, but I still think if both of them went to a better side, I think Ruben Neves has got more ceiling to reach than Declan Rice. But I'm a Wolves fan, and West Ham channel will never agree on this.
No, I'm obviously going to say the same thing. So there's no point. There's no point tooting on the same trumpet because I'm gonna say the exact same thing. So
Yeah.
But it'll be good to have both of them in the same. It'll be good both to have both in the same team. That'll be a joy to watch.
Definitely. Sharky says Neves is a very good midfielder. He is. And Will says Neto is class. Yeah, they've got Podence, Neto, Neves. There's plenty of these players that can cause us problems. Not gonna lie, when I saw Adama Traore walk out of the Wolves door, I did sigh relief because, not gonna lie, Sess, I'll come to you first. I don't really fancy watching Creswell versus Traore again.
I've seen that. Live witnessed that a few times. Yeah, it was painful to watch to see him and Doherty double team like Creswell, which was that was not a great watch. But I'm kind of glad I don't see Traore at all. But then again, they got Podence, who's a really really good young player who can cause us absolute problems as well. And same with Neto as well. So the defense has to be really really on point. But the same, he's the same. Like I know, the same with Raul Jimenez. Like he's not been firing cylinders, but he does love a goal against West Ham.
Most people do love a goal against West Ham. But Dan, what was the Wolves' reaction when Traore left for Barcelona?
Mixed. Adama, as you're probably aware, he's got mixed reactions on any day of the week. To be honest, fans love him one day, they're frustrated with him the next. Is the most. There isn't a player like Adama Traore in the world for me. You could probably compare Kylian Mbappe, but I don't think there's a player in the world that gets you off your seat like Adama does. Teams don't know how to play against him. They have to triple team him. His assists have started to pick up in La Liga and in the Europa League this week, but I'm disappointed that he's gone because I think there's been a few games since he left where he definitely would have had an impact. And I think the game Sunday, like you mentioned, Creswell would have been having nightmares tonight if he was playing tomorrow.
Yeah.
But like I said earlier, with the way that Bruno Lage sets us up with a front three, Adama doesn't really suit that play. I think Bruno wants us to sort of playing in small triangles and then making our way through the defence that way, whereas Adama is sort of quite rigid in his attacking. It is get to the byline, beat the fullback and cross it in. And when you haven't got the bodies in the box that Wolves don't tend to get in, we're quite sort of limited with the amount of bodies that we get into the box for crosses. Adama didn't really suit the way that we played, but he was coming up to the end of his contract. I think it expires next season. So if we can get 30 million euros for him in the summer and then properly recruit that money, then it's a no-brainer for me. It's just frustrating because you would have liked to see the owners keep him because he could have been the difference in us finishing fourth this season.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, maybe so. Sess, let's just presume that David Moyes sets up in his normal 4-2-3-1, or with those four attackers. So you've got left wing, right wing, up top, and that number 10. Who starts for you as those four attackers? And we do believe that Lanzini is back for the game tomorrow as well.
Yeah, I think we're gonna set up the Fabianski in goal, Dawson Zuma, Johnson right back, Creswell left back.
Yeah.
No, I do want us to go 4-3-3. To be honest with you, if
So do
that
I.
depends on if Wolves do a 3 in the middle, we have to match that. But I think we're gonna go like Rice Souček in the middle. I think somehow Benrahma will get dropped for Lanzini. It'll be like Fornals, Lanzini, Bowen, and then Antonio up front. But for me, I'd swap Antonio for Vlasic. To be honest with you.
That is probably what you said there. Is probably what David Moyes will do, because he doesn't like changing things too much. He likes starting Antonio. He likes dropping Benrahma at every possible occasion. And the next week is going to be quite interesting for Benrahma's career. Obviously, when he came off the shenanigans, when he came off against Newcastle, because we've got an FA Cup game as well. We've got Liverpool away, to see where David Moyes is with Benrahma, to see how much game time Benrahma gets over the next week will certainly be interesting. But would you be at all against starting Lanzini over Benrahma?
I mean, I could see it. I could see Lanzini starting anyway. Obviously, like with the Benrahma. The thing is, Benrahma wasn't even the worst player on the pitch, because at least with Benrahma, in my personal opinion, he was trying to start the attacks. He was gambling. He was trying to make the runs. He was doing all sorts, but then for some reason he just got taken up. And when he went off, like, we didn't really create, to be honest with you. From what I saw, we didn't create nothing. We just didn't really do anything. And at least Benrahma was somewhat trying, and then he got hooked off. It was just like, it's the same that it's sort of in a way that with Vlasic, like, he got hooked off against Leeds. It was like, what the heck? Like, where's the creativity?
He's just an easy option to pull off, and
that's what I'm saying. It's an easy option where it's just getting a bit frustrating to see, like, let's just take Benrahma off because it's the easy option, you know. It's just like you could have hooked off like Souček. Antonio. You could have hooked off Souček, who was worse, and Fredericks got hooked off, rightly so, because he was absolutely dreadful. So there was players that was worse than Benrahma. But that were playing full 90s. Where was that Benrahma? He's just like a few mistakes.
Who's better at tracking back in regards to Benrahma and Lanzini? Because, like I mentioned earlier, if Wolves do go to a 3-man midfield, we're going to have to be effective with our wing backs. And if Nelson Semedo is injured, whoever comes in, whether it's Johnny Otto or Kiana Hova, they're not great going forward. So it might be more beneficial in your eyes if you had the more creative one, which is Benrahma's better than Lanzini creative-wise, but Lanzini's probably a bit more effective actually scoring.
I think for the moment, it's been Lanzini's been more creative than Benrahma at the moment. But Benrahma has been trying, but I say probably Lanzini edges it at the moment. I say Lanzini at the moment.
Yeah, because it's difficult, because you get Benrahma, who's 100% a confidence player, and he's low on confidence at the moment, but he might turn up tomorrow and start and have a good first 20 minutes, and then all of a sudden he's off, and if he scores, and then, you know, he doesn't look back, then he's one of those type of players. But at the moment, David Moyes is losing his patience with him, and he definitely prefers to start Manuel Lanzini.
but if he's losing his patience with him, what the heck with Antonio Souček?
That's just David Moyes, isn't it?
I don't think you can afford to drop Antonio tomorrow. I know he hasn't really hit the goal scoring charts for quite a bit, but he has always caused Conor Coady quite a few troubles. And I'm not sure how much of the Wolves Arsenal game you saw on Thursday night, but Lacazette did sort of bustle Coady quite a few times.
He did watch the whole game. Yeah,
Antonio hasn't got a great record against Wolves, because there is a few Wolves fans who will be having sort of fears about Antonio coming up against Coady, but I don't think he's scored against Wolves in his career, if I'm correct. I know he's had a few good games, but I don't think he's actually scored past Wolves, which
doesn't surprise me.
I've probably jinxed it now, haven't I? But he's in my dream team, so it's a no-lose situation for me, to be honest. Wolves 4, West Ham 1, Antonio goal from my fantasy team. I'll be happy with that.
Yeah. No doubt he'll start, because I'm convinced that David Moyes doesn't like putting Bowen up front, and I just don't know what he thinks of anybody else. It's just baffling trying to think what goes through David Moyes' head sometimes. But let's go on to predictions then. Dan, we heard your prediction there. I hope it's not 4-1 to Wolves, not going to lie.
No, I mean, I mentioned to you off air, Jake, that I do our preview shows for our channel at Wolves Fancast, and I've been really bad with this predictions this season. I predicted Wolves to beat Brentford 4-0 earlier on in the season. We lost 2-0. So, I mean, I'm hoping it's going to be an iconic Wolves. We know we have got a decent record at West Ham in the last sort of decade or so. So
Most people have.
hopefully we'll continue tomorrow. I'm going to go with Wolves 2-0.
Yeah, I could see that, to be honest. I could. But it all depends. The first 20 minutes is crucial, Seth. If we come out the blocks quicker with new ideas and just something a little bit different, it could be different. But if we come out with the same predictable dross that we have done in the last few months, then it's going to be a long afternoon. Your prediction, Seth, what are you going for?
I'm gonna go with 0-0.
Yeah.
I'm being dead. No, I'm not even joking with you. I'm being dead serious. Yeah, I'm gonna go with 0-0. I'll be honest with you. I don't see. Yeah, it's gonna be much in this game. I'll be honest with you. I don't see much happening.
Yeah, I can definitely see us losing, and I can't see us winning.
I can't see
I'm
us
going to
winning.
go for a draw. No, unless miraculously we pick out some form from somewhere and Wolves pull a stinker. I just can't see how we win this football match. And I try to be positive, but I just can't see it. I'm going to go Desmond 2-2, a few goals, complete opposite to Cess, a few goals, and a dodgy little bit of defending.
It's absolutely horrific doing predictions, ain't it?
Yeah,
because you can't win anyway. Because you want to be optimistic, but you don't want to jinx your side. But it's just horrific. I hate doing it on my channel.
Yeah, it's just like you want to save them to win, but realistically, deep down, you think, are we going to win this football match? Probably not.
Cess has gone with the right way. If you think you're going to lose, just go with a 0-0.
Yeah, pretty much. That's exactly my thought. That's exactly my thought process.
Yeah. Cess, are you have you already got one eye on Southampton on Wednesday? Would you prefer to put full focus in the FA Cup, or would you think this is a massive game in the Premier League and we've just got to focus on this?
We've just got to take one game at a time. The way the results have gone so far, I don't think anyone wants top four at the moment, because you just think, once we're out of it, we're out of it, this is done, etc. Then out of nowhere, like these results that Man United draw to
Watford,
like not beating Watford this season at all. It's just...
I agree with you, Cess. Honestly, I've been saying it for weeks now. No one wants to cement that top four at the moment. No. And it's massively frustrating for me. But I think Arsenal are going to nick it, But the way that they've behaved against us in the last couple of weeks, and the way they've over celebrated games like they've won the league and stuff, and it's.
Oh God!
Honestly, guys, you can have 4 for all I care, just anyone but Arsenal at the moment, because any other season I probably would have been anyone but Man United, but it's anyone but Arsenal now for 4th place. Because
I think at this rate, it's just anyone but Spurs, but Man United, but
Arsenal.
Yeah, I mean Spurs. I don't. Spurs are so poor defensively. They can't keep on relying on Son and Kane to bail them out every week. I think they'll fall short of 4th. I think Arsenal got the games in hand on Man United, haven't they? That's where my money is at the moment. But
yeah, I'm with you.
Wolves can get a win tomorrow week and put our hat back in the race. But I think we'll fall a bit short.
Well, if one of us get top 4, we're not going to complain.
I think you guys, you mentioned it just. I don't know where your focus should be, because obviously when we got knocked out by Norwich in the FA Cup, and I thought it was a massively missed opportunity. So I think the FA Cup is there to be won by someone different this year. But when we got to the quarterfinals of the Europa League the other season, so I don't see why you guys can't go all the way.
Yeah, we've got a massive 2 weeks now, because we could, in 2 weeks' time, we could effectively be knocked out of the FA Cup, knocked out of the Europa League, and be out of the Europe race. Worst case scenario, of course. That's it. And obviously, we've got Sevilla in the Europa League, which is going to be tough. But
have you really? Oh, sorry, guys.
I know, damn.
I didn't realise you drew. I didn't realise you'd drawn those. Yeah, forget it. Focus on the FA Cup, guys. It's their cup. Sevilla. They may as well call it the Sevilla Cup. It's ridiculous.
And you know who their highest scorer ever is? Freddie Canute.
Really? I thought it was Falcao.
Yeah.
Freddie Canute. I mean, that's a blast from the past.
Yeah, all-time top scorer.
And they've got Yusuf and Nesri that we've been linked with for forever and a day up top. So David Moyes gets to see him firsthand for all 180 minutes before he goes, should I sign him or should I not in the summer?
Can I ask a question? How has the atmosphere been back at your stadium there? You've had fans back in the ground? Because I know like Upton Park, your atmosphere was huge, but is it still really poor?
It is, yeah. It's so disjointed. It's just not the same.
So I would have thought with the way you finished last season, and obviously the fans coming back in for this season, it would have been a bit more upbeat. But is it literally because they're how far away from the pitch you are?
We thought we turned a corner with it when we beat Leicester. That atmosphere was incredible in their second game of the season. When we've beaten Chelsea and Liverpool, the atmosphere has been insane in there. But at Newcastle, you could honestly hear a pin drop in that. It was just dead all game, and that's probably what you'll hear tomorrow, unless we start well, we score a goal, and then we might get behind them. But yeah, it's not good, is it, Seth?
No, it's not. It's just, I think it's the frustrations of how we've been playing at the moment. We've not been really convincing, and I think that the problem is just because the football has not been great. Everyone's just thinking in their head, everyone's trying to sing, everyone's trying to like get the crowd going, but it's difficult because everyone's like in different places, and it's just like you can't get really much of an atmosphere. You can't get anything really going because everyone's just so dotted in different places.
Yeah,
you can't really get anything, so it's really difficult. But hopefully we'll turn it to war and things change. But for me, like, I just, I can't see us like getting any form of Europe. I think we'll miss out. I think we'll just like fall short, to be honest with you. And if we do, I hope that we just go all out for the Cubs.
Yeah,
there'll be nothing more for like me just to just go to like a cup final.
There will be nothing better, Seth. There would be nothing better than all of us at the start of May going back on Booking.com and booking another flight to Seville.
Just something like that. That'll be just literally. That'll be like what stuffs are made of, man. To go to something, just something to be excited about. I think I've always deep down wanted a cup run, just something, just where you're like, you know what, I want a day out. I just want that memory again.
Let's do it for Noble and all. We've got to do.
Yeah,
just Noble's last season. His last home game won't be fantastic considering we've got Man City at home.
Imagine that.
Just imagine that something like the FA Cup final. And it's like Noble's last game.
Is that your last game of the season? I'm talking about Man City, is it?
Yeah.
So we've got Liverpool away. Last game of the season. So hopefully one of us can stifle. I mean, to be honest, I don't really want Liverpool to win the league. So if you guys can win, let Man City get a draw and we'll beat Liverpool, I'm happy with that.
Yeah, I think we've got Man City second to us, and we got Brighton away last game. I think if memory serves. But talking about atmospheres, though, fair play. Seth, were you at Wolves away earlier on in the season? Because that's probably the best atmosphere.
I'm so glad I didn't go because I watched it. I watched it online.
It was dreadful.
It was bad. It was really bad. But
yeah, we were sat. Honestly, no word of a lie. We were sat the last seat to the left of that whole away end, going the whole way across the pitch. We were the last seat on the left. So
but every time you go to the Molineux, you can't even get you can't get an atmosphere. So they've done a number on us in terms of where they put the away fans.
It's music to my ears when you say we love putting you guys in that bottom tier because it's the worst away end in football. It's the worst away end. You come to Wolverhampton, there's no pubs to drink in.
Exactly.
We put you in the worst tier. It's just like enjoy your day, guys, and then when you get beat as well, it's just
like the best place you can go is a freaking like a Premier Inn hotel.
It's horrible. You best have got drinking in Birmingham, then coming into Wolverhampton.
Yeah,
it's so annoying that there's one turnstile and there's one exit for the whole away end going all the way down. So we were up in like block 10 right at the other end. We had to walk the whole way up there and we were the last seat. To be fair, it's actually smart from Wolves to have it going the whole way across because you just can't generate an atmosphere.
You can't. It's smart. It is. You can't get anything going.
It is one of the stands that's due to be refurbished the first once our owners actually put their hands in the pockets and follow through with their project objectives.
Well, there we go. So hopefully they've got some pubs and a better old way in next time we come. But right, we're rambling now. Thanks everybody for watching this match preview. If you've enjoyed it, drop a like on the video, subscribe to West Ham Unofficial. You can check out Dan on Wolves Fancast. You can do that by clicking the little blue tag in the title of the video that says Wolves Fancast. You can go and check them out there, subscribe, do all that stuff. Dan, your final thoughts for the game?
Hopefully, I keep saying the word aspirations. If either side want to finish in that 4th place, nothing but a win tomorrow is enough.
100%. Sess?
Yeah, it is a massive game tomorrow. Like, I do want us to win. I just can't see it. I just really can't see it. It's just obviously with the footballing at the moment, it's not been great. But I just hope that, something changes tomorrow, and there's hopefully that we just come out just guns blazing and there's something changes. But at the moment, it's not looking promising for me. Hopefully tomorrow, fingers crossed, that something gets going there.
Fingers crossed. And let's hope we can get 3 points. Then we make our way down to Southampton Wednesday night, and then up to Anfield on Saturday. So a long week. But thanks everybody for watching in the chat. Sess, nice to see you again.
Yeah, thank you for having me on. Yeah, thank you. Yeah. It's good to be back.
Good to be back. And Dan, thank you very much for coming on. Good luck for the rest of the season. If we don't get top 4, I hope you do, because I don't like United. I don't like Arsenal.
I'll stick my my money on that. One of us is finishing 4th this season.
Yeah.
Because why I'm poor.
Yeah. Because just none of us like United, none of us like Spurs or Arsenal, and that's just it, innit? But thanks everybody for watching the chat. We will be back with the match day build up and starting lineup reaction tomorrow at 1:45, 15 minutes before the lineup is out. So look forward to that. If you're at the game tomorrow, enjoy it. Hopefully we can pick up all 3 points, and we will see you very soon. Cheers guys, and bye bye.